13th, 2019 meeting of the Planning Board of the Town of Smithtown. We're going to begin it with the Pledge of Allegiance, and you're all invited to join in. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the Planning Board. The Planning Department would like to recommend the following items be recessed because the applicants are not ready to be heard at this time. Under zoning petitions, number 1, 2012-04 Storybook Homes Nesconset. Number 2, 2012-02 Carlson Associates Kings Park. Number 3, 2010-06 KVC Holdings. Under waiver requests, number 773 Scholar Estates in Comac. And under final subdivision, number 5, 1156 Map of Open Meadow in Fort Salonga.
Is there anybody present who wishes to be heard on any of the matters that were just read, regarding which the Planning Department is requesting be recessed? Seeing none, a motion, please.
I move that we recess items 1 through 5 as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? So recessed.
Sorry. I have a final map and a drainage and grading plan for the board to look at. This is for under new hearings and decisions, a final subdivision number 6, number 1177 South Avenue Land Division in Smithtown. The applicant requests final approval to subdivide a 0.874 acre parcel into 2 single-family building lots. The final map of number 1177 map of South Avenue Land Division is comprised of 1 tax lot and is 0.874 acres in size. The property is rectangular in shape and located in the R10 zoning district. The property is surrounded by single-family dwellings in R10 zoning. The property has 150 feet of frontage on South Avenue and backs up to New York State Route 347. There is an existing single-family dwelling to remain on Lot 1, and a new single-family dwelling is proposed on Lot 2. There are no steep slopes on the property. However, the site is entirely located in an area of high groundwater. Groundwater encountered less than 10 feet below grade. The applicant received the following variances, case number 17798 from the Board of Zoning Appeals on November 14th, 2017. They are to reduce buildable lot area on Lot 1 from 18,993 square feet to 0 square feet due to environmentally sensitive land, reduce buildable lot area on Lot 2 from 19,062 square feet to 0 square feet due to environmentally sensitive land, and permit environmentally sensitive land, high groundwater, to be altered for South Avenue Land Division. The proposed subdivision meets the minimum road frontage and lot frontage requirements of the R10 zoning district. The applicant's proposal requires a variance from the Planning Board to reduce the minimum front yard setback on Lot 1 from 40 feet to 30 feet. The Planning Department recommends approval of the variance for the following reasons. 1, an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood will not be produced because the house has existed prior to the requirement of building permits and is one of the original houses in the neighborhood. 2, the benefit sought by the applicant can be achieved by shifting the house 10 feet back. However, that will require further disturbance of land in an environmentally sensitive area. This is not recommended. 3, it appears the benefit to the applicant outweighs any detriment to the health, safety, and welfare for the community. Pursuant to Section 248-31B2 of the subdivision regulations, this subdivision is required to be clustered because the development will impact the following resources. 1, land adjacent to a state highway, which is New York State Route 347, and 2, shallow depth of groundwater, less than 20 feet. It is recommended that a 50-foot conservation easement be placed along the rear property lines. Such an easement would provide a buffer from New York State Route 347. Additionally, maintaining native trees instead of manicured lawn or landscaping mitigates potential groundwater flooding and protects groundwater quality, particularly in areas of high groundwater. This easement shall remain natural and undisturbed. Section 248.24 of the subdivision regulation states that each subdivision is required to show a park area of at least 2 acres per 100 buildings. However, the Court of Appeals has ruled that the town cannot require the reservation of park area unless the Planning Board determines on a case-by-case basis that the need for parkland exists with respect to the individual subdivision. Based on the community facility study in the town comprehensive plan, There's a need for parkland in the neighborhood in which this subdivision is situated. This subdivision share of meeting the need is approximately 0.06006 acres. In cases where the planning board determines that a suitable park cannot be located or is otherwise not practical, the subdivider is required to pay a cash equivalent prior to filing the map. Given the location and small size of the subdivision, a dedication for park space would not be practical. Therefore, the planning department recommends the board condition final plat approval upon the submission of a park fee of $3,000, the approximate cost of 0.006 acres in the R10 zoning district. South Avenue is identified as a residential access street with low traffic volume. There are no sidewalks along South Avenue, and it appears unnecessary to install sidewalks due to the low traffic volume. For this reason, the planning department recommends the planning board waive the requirement of sidewalks in this subdivision. Pursuant to Section 239N of New York State General Municipal Law, this final application was referred to the Suffolk County Planning Commission because the subdivision was located within 500 feet of an existing state road. Suffolk County Department of Economic Development and Planning responded that the application is a matter for local determination. A decision of local determination should not be construed as either an approval or disapproval. The Highway and Traffic Safety Departments have reviewed the final subdivision and find it acceptable. The Engineering Department has reviewed the final subdivision and finds it acceptable to the following condition. 1, the proposed dwelling shall be constructed with either a crawl space or slab on grade. No basement or cellar shall be permitted due to the high groundwater level. The Department of Environment and Waterways has reviewed the tree preservation and land clearing plan and finds it acceptable. They recommend the planning board adopt a secret negative declaration as well as several conditions of approval. The planning department has reviewed the final application and has found it acceptable. However, as stated above, we recommend a 50-foot conservation easement instead of a 25-foot conservation easement proposed by the applicant. Additional information. 1, letters assuring availability of utility service have been received from the Suffolk County Water Authority and PSCG. 2, the Smithtown Central School District has acknowledged the subdivision. 3, the amount of the inspection fee is estimated at $711. 4, the amount of the park fee shall be $3,000. 5, the amount of the performance bond is estimated at $8,892.50. 6, the amount of the cash deposit is $1,000. 7, the amount of the performance bond to be posted is $7,892.50. The Department of Environment and Waterways offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Planning Board Resolution Number blank 2019, recommended secret declaration for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the seeker recommendation from the Department of Environment and Waterways for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division, and has indicated that any potential adverse environmental impact associated with the said parcel does not rise to the level of significance which would require the preparation of an environmental impact statement. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board hereby declares itself lead agency on this matter and finds that this matter is subject to the State Environmental Quality Review Act and is classified as an unlisted action pursuant to SECRA. Second, resolved that the Planning Board, after due study and deliberation of the subject record, issue a secret negative declaration, determination of non-significance. An EIS is not necessary in the matter of the application for subdivision approval by Eileen and Thomas Kirchhoff for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division for the following reasons. A, the proposal does not appear to significantly threaten any unique or highly valuable or cultural resources as identified in or regulated by the Environmental Conservation Law of the State of New York or Smithtown Town Code. B, the parcel does not suffer from any severe environmental development constraints associated with poor soil properties or unmanageable slopes. C, although the parcel contains high groundwater conditions, an adverse impact upon the groundwater quality is not anticipated as the proposed septic systems are designed in accordance with the Suffolk County Department of Health Services standards and subject to Suffolk County Department of Health Services approval. D, the small size and nature of the proposal mitigate against a significant adverse impact upon the environment. E, the proposal appears to be consistent with the planned use of the parcel and compatible with the neighboring land uses. And F, the project as proposed on the tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Gary Benz, licensed land surveyor and dated April 16, 2019, provides for the retention of a significant amount of existing trees and natural vegetation upon development of the subject parcel. Such preservation shall be ensured by placement of snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing along all limits of clearing. This shall be done to the satisfaction of the Environmental Protection Director, and said fencing shall be maintained in place by the applicant until the completion of all land clearing and grading activities at the subject parcel. The Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Planning Board Resolution number blank 2019, final plat variance for number 1177 map of South Avenue Land Division. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Thomas Kirchhoff for the following variance on Lot 1 pursuant to Section 322-30.4 of the Building Zone Ordinance of the Code of the Town of Smithtown for subdivision number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board of the Town of Smithtown hereby grants a variance from the Building Zone Ordinance of the Code of the Town of Smithtown for subdivision number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division as follows. Below is a table specifying the front yard setback variance and referencing the BZA case. This table and related information shall be shown on the final map to be filed in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. A fee of $500 shall be submitted for this variance. Planning Board Resolution number blank 2019, subdivision final approval for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Thomas Kirchhoff to subdivide 0.874 acres into 2 lots. Now therefore be it first resolved that the final plat of number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division is hereby approved subject to the following conditions. A, performance bond in form and amount specified by a separate resolution of the Planning Board shall be posted for a term of 2 years. B, posting of a general liability insurance policy to run concurrently with the term of the performance bond and in accordance with other provisions of Section 248 of the Code of the Town of Smithtown. C, payment of an inspection fee and cash deposit as established by separate resolution of the Planning Board shall be submitted. D, all necessary dedication papers shall be submitted by the applicant to the Planning Department in complete and accurate form as one package, including but not limited to the performance bond, liability insurance policy, title report, and all required fees. E, the final plat shall include all information required by Section 248.15 and 248.16 of the town subdivision regulations. The conditions of approval in the office of the Suffolk County Clerk. A check print of the final plat shall be submitted to the Planning Department to review before the Mylars are prepared. F, a park fee of $3,000 shall be submitted. G, the applicant shall obtain final approval of the drainage and regrading plans from the town engineer. H, the proposed dwelling on Lot 2 shall be constructed with either a crawl space or slab on grade. No basement or cellar shall be permitted due to the high groundwater level. I, a 50-foot wide conservation easement shall be placed along the rear property lines. This easement shall remain natural and undisturbed. J, prior to the commencement of construction activities at the subject parcel, including land clearing or other site preparation work, the applicant shall satisfy the following conditions. 1, all limits of clearing and any individual trees to be preserved within the clearing areas must be marked out with snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing. Said fencing shall be located no closer to the trunk of any tree to be preserved than the drip line of said tree. This area to be preserved shall be as indicated in the tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Gary Benz, licensed land surveyor, dated April 16th, 2019. 2, upon completion of the installation of fencing as required above, the applicant shall provide written notice to the Department of Environment and Waterways requesting inspection of the limits of clearing as marked in the field by cited fencing. 3, the applicant shall not commence construction activities, including land clearing or other site preparation work, until marked limits of clearing are approved in writing by the Environmental Protection Director. And 4, the snow fencing or orange mesh construction fencing used to delineate the limits of clearing shall be maintained in place by the applicant until the completion of all land clearing and grading activities at the subject parcel. Planning Board Resolution number blank 2019, authorization to sign performance bond estimate for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division. Whereas the Town Departments of Engineering, Traffic Safety, Highway, and Planning has prepared a performance bond estimate to cover the cost of all required public improvements. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Chairman of the Planning Board is authorized to sign the performance bond estimate for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division in the amount of $8,892.50 and establish an inspection fee of $711 and a cash deposit of $1,000. Therefore, the amount of the performance bond to be posted with the town board shall be $7,892.50.
Nice job, Matt. That was a lot to read.
Thanks. And the applicant has submitted the affidavit of posting.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Vincent Tremarco. I represent the applicant. We thank the planning department for their in-depth review of this two-lot subdivision and their recommendation to the board to approve. The only issue, and it's not really a major issue, but it does concern my client and myself, is we propose a 25-foot conservation easement. If the board will recall, there is a wall. I guess you call it a sound attenuation wall. It's probably as high as this ceiling.
Ones that go along 347?
Yes, yeah. And this goes along the back of the property that's the subject of this application. We proposed a 25-foot conservation easement only because I don't even know why we proposed that, but we did. And it really makes no sense to put a 50-foot easement there where you can't even put a swing set or a playhouse for kids or whatever, especially since it's blocked off from 347. So to me, it makes no sense to put up a wall, and what are you doing on the other side of the wall? On our side of the wall, we can't use 50 feet. We can walk on it, we can watch the birds, but we can't put a swing set. So I asked the board to consider making it our proposed 25-foot conservation easement, which I think is more than enough to comply with that requirement.
And also, due to the wall there, right, there was talk in the memo about trees and greenery. The only people who will see this are the people who, what trees are or aren't there, are the people who live there.
That's right, that's a good point, yep.
Right, because the other back of it's all walled off.
Right. So, if the board would consider our recommendation of 25 feet, I think it doesn't hurt anybody. And as you said, Mr. Chairman, who's going to look at it but the people that buy those two houses? Thank you.
That's the only thing, that's the only issue?
Yes, everything else is fine.
Mr. Collado, how do you respond to that?
Yeah, the wall is put in place. One of the other reasons why we wanted the easement was for high groundwater issues. We mentioned in the letter, but whatever the board feels is appropriate.
I mean, he's giving you the easement, he's just giving you not as big as you want.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would it be a major issue for the department if you
No, it
got
wouldn't be.
25 feet instead of 50 feet?
It wouldn't be a major issue.
Anybody in the audience wish to be heard on this matter? Ma'am, please come up to the microphone, give your name and address. Yes, sorry. Name and address.
My name is Barbara Colonna. I'm at 43 South Avenue. I'm directly next to the subdivision. I've been there since 1988. My concern, excuse me? Colonna, C-O-L-O-N-N-A. My concern is that behind me are woods, and the subdivision, almost everything, 75% of what he said went right over my head. I really didn't understand a lot of it. And I don't know the subdivision, they're side by side. This is not a flag lot, is that correct?
No, that's not a flag lot.
Okay, so what's behind me stays preserved?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Not going to affect your property at all.
That's what I'm asking, behind me.
Now,
I have
you're
my
on
own.
South Avenue?
I'm directly next to the
Right,
subdivision.
if you're standing on the subdivision, are you to the right of it or to the left of it, facing South Avenue?
If I'm standing on the subdivision, facing the road,
Facing South Avenue?
I'm left.
You're to the left?
Yeah, so if you look, I have an aerial, may be hard to see, but this property here, if this is 347, you can come look at the computer screen as well. It's okay.
Yeah.
So this is the subject subdivision. Is this your property here?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Now,
you're referring,
behind
no,
me-
they won't touch that because
Because
that's,
my concern was that this was gonna be a flag lot.
Nope.
They were gonna come behind me.
no, only
How they
the
gonna get to the
highlighted in
second
blue
house?
is
Yeah.
subject, and the house will,
Correct.
is proposed to be constructed,
One
Further
here,
from you.
one there.
keeping the existing house. I believe they're fixing it up. It's in disrepair,
Absolutely in disrepair.
but they're indicating that they're proposing a house on the other side. Not between your house and the existing house, on the other
Right,
side.
so where the existing house is, will be a new house, new construction?
They're keeping this house, possibly fixing it up, and then putting the house there.
Okay, now also what's back here is a garage, what's supposed to be a garage. Will that be taken
Um,
down as well?
If Mr. Tramarko can answer that.
There's a structure what appears to be a garage.
Could you
You
wait
need
till,
to- you
can
need
you
to
speak
speak to the
into the
mic.
microphone? Sorry.
Sorry.
It's being recorded.
Oh, I am?
You,
I would have done my hair. There's a garage on the existing subdivision. It's in the back. Is that going to come down as well?
I think the garage is going to stay. Yes, the garage will remain.
That's going to be repaired? Okay.
It's right here, ma'am.
That's
There
go-
there are
they're repair-
greenhouses on there that are gonna be removed, but the
They're
garage
gonna-
is gonna stay.
Okay. So this garage, which is probably infested right now because I'm getting stuff onto my property, which I'm not happy about, so I want to make sure that that's going to be taken care of. 'cause
I'm sure
it's
anything
so
that's-
run down.
Right, I'm sure anything done on this lot is only gonna benefit,
I'm hoping
Your
so.
home,
I'm
period.
absolutely looking forward to new construction.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're gonna
Absolutely.
upgrade that house, and that's closest to your side.
Yes.
And I can't imagine anybody upgrading a house and not addressing an infestation problem.
Right.
Because
I
they
mean,
wanna sell the house.
I mean, I just see what comes over to my property,
Right.
and I'm not happy about it. So I'm looking forward to the new construction. But I just wanted to make sure this was definitely not a flag lot.
Not a flag
And
lot.
nothing was coming behind me.
Nothing behind you, not a flag lot.
Okay,
this is
thank
only
you.
gonna benefit the neighborhood.
Exactly. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I got a question, Jim.
What's-
How you making a driveway to get back to that second house?
You mean the garage?
No, you want to put another house, you said, in the back of that property, right?
No,
No, no,
No.
no, next to it.
I think that's what.
Side by, oh,
the lady
okay,
thought.
No, they're side by side.
gotcha,
Right.
thank you.
Excuse me.
You gotta go up
You gotta
there,
go
you
to
gotta
the
go
mic,
up there
Jen.
again.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sorry, it's just been a bone of contention for many years. Now, you're going to build two houses side by side.
Well, they're gonna build one house.
I thought it was a subdivision.
The existing house is gonna stay, they're
Right,
building
oh,
one
that's
addition, right?
correct. Upgrade that house and then build another one. So the garage is going to be,
Part of the house is
right, so
existing.
does that mean there's going to be a driveway to that garage? Is that
There's
correct?
a driveway already there, it's a dirt driveway?
It's
gonna
a
remain.
dirt driveway,
Right.
and every time it rains, the entire front of my property is full of dirt. If it gets paved, that would be wonderful, but right now, it is a mess.
No.
I'm sure they're gonna upgrade the,
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Because
Like I said, they're
It's-
fixing this house up to sell, and I can't imagine anybody.
It's gonna be nice.
I
yeah,
hope so.
exactly, it's a plus.
Because I maintain mine to the utmost, and I don't like what's been next to me for years. So I'm so excited about it. That's why I'm here, and
All
I
right.
just wanted to make sure
I understand.
there was no
houses
flag
going in the
lot.
back.
All right, did I sound okay?
You sound good. You can watch
Thank
yourself
you.
on TV. You have to go on the town website. And Channel 18.
For Mrs. Cologne's information, we are going to pave the driveway to the existing garage as well as upgrade the garage and the house, and the existing house.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the audience who wishes to be heard on this? Seeing none? Any additional questions from any member of the board on this? Okay, so we have the issue of the request for a 25-foot conservation easement and as opposed to a 50-foot conservation easement. And I'm of the opinion that given the location and the fence behind it, that no one's going to see what's in this easement except the people that are on the house. I'm inclined to have the resolution modified to reflect that only a 25-foot conservation easement is required, and I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so modified. So it's going to be a 25-foot conservation easement. The resolution is going to be modified, has been modified accordingly.
Thank you.
All right, now we got to do the motions. We're going to do 4 of them. First, the
Public hearing
secret. Well, first, we have to close the public hearing. Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, so closed. Now the motions.
Okay.
First, the secret.
Okay, in the matter of number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division, I move that we approve the secret negative declaration in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, so approved. Now with respect to the variances.
In the matter of the final plat variance for number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division, I move that we approve the variance as listed in the table of modifications in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, so approved. Now the map.
In the matter of the final plat of number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, so adopted. And lastly, the performance bond estimate.
In the matter of number 1177, map of South Avenue Land Division, I move that we approve the performance bond estimate as recommended by the Planning Department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, so approved and adopted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like the only other thing we have on the agenda tonight is the adoption of the minutes of June 12th, 2019.
I move that we adopt the minutes of June 12, 2019 meeting of the Planning Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, so adopted. And with that being said, I believe it's time for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? We're adjourned.